Hey everyone, Sharpan here. I am making this video because it's pretty. Uh, I can't even articulate myself appropriately. Anyway, this is going to be a little bit long form, shorter form than my usual masterpieces, but this one is going to be a bit more raw and unedited about the topic I'm talking about. By the time you see the title, you'll know the severity of the topic I'm talking about. And there'll be another video literally right after this, which is a demo on how to use it, because all of you have access to what I'm about to say. And there'll be another video that's meant for sharing. And you can find all of that in your broker app as well as on YouTube. But today, this contextual video is to lay the framework for what I thought would actually never happen. And a fellow Canadian of mine once said, never say never. He sang it. I said, never. When I'm sure that any one of you that have been in crypto for long enough have been tempted, tantalized, solicited, even maybe thought of this idea of how do I spend my crypto? And there's been no shortage of companies, banks. I guess there's a shortage of banks, but companies that promote the idea that they have a way to spend your crypto. I mean, I was seeing this back in, even before the 2017 Bitcoin bubble, when Bitcoin wasn't even a mainstream phenomenon. People were always like, hey, we got this ability to exchange your crypto into USD or whatever local currency and buy coffee with it. I don't know what the infatuation with this was. I never understood it because I never wanted to be that pizza guy. Like everybody knows the story of the guy that bought two, whatever. I don't even know. It's kind of like urban legend at this point, but it's a ridiculous story, and I can only imagine it's not the only one where he paid some $10 pizza probably, and he paid in a substantial amount of Bitcoin, and this was way early, and obviously that might have been the most expensive two pizzas ever transacted for. It's a little bit, it's tongue-in-cheek story because I don't think the pizza owner kept the Bitcoin or whatnot, but it shows me that, I never got into crypto to go buy chips with it. That was always the joke I used to make. It's like, I have a great currency to buy chips with. It's called dollars. And so whenever people asked me that for global exchange, they're like, Sharpan, are you going to allow people to exchange and send the money to their bank? Which is a little bit more reasonable, like being able to withdraw fiat currency from global exchange. That request, which people have made, I'm not going to downplay that. That's something that is reasonable because you might want to capture some of your capital gains or whatever, interest or whatever it is. So I can't knock that. But when it comes to just being able to spend it, like maybe transfer it to a PayPal, Skrill, a debit card or something like that, I was just never interested in that. Like it first of all, I knew what that meant. That meant us having to apply and get approval and do KYB with a bank who has a license with Visa and MasterCard, not a federal, not a government license, but a distribution license with Visa and MasterCard, to be able to give us the ability to allow our users to attach it to whatever their prepaid card system may be. And there are many middlemen companies that do this, hence why you see companies like Crypto.com and several other great companies doing it. And I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to make crypto a usable phenomenon. I mean, it somewhat makes sense. It doesn't seem to be too practical to me because, the fees are going to it's going to hit you, and like you're already having it in dollars, so you're put in Bitcoin to get it back in dollars to spend it. I get there are use cases. I'm diminishing, but it never, those use cases, whatever they were, never outweighed the royal pain that working with a bank to issue funds like that. We have problems collecting funds. I mean, not us. I mean, I've already done a thorough, diagnostic video on the industry as it pertains to banks and helping companies do OTC and trading, and why we built Instacrypto to overcome that or really build outside of them. I mean, like, working with a bank and putting all of your trust into them, even the ones that say they're going to work with you in a comfortable fashion, even if you jump through every hoop, you get every regulation. I'll give you go Google this, and maybe you guys can educate me on it. Coinbase wanted to release their own card, if I'm not mistaken, right? And they only were doing that in the UK, and never again, what think about it. That again, I always use the example of Coinbase when I was comparing it to the OTC business. You're talking about the most well capitalized, the most well known, the most well regulated, all the backers, founders, board of directors, immaculate, based in California. I mean, this you can, if this company has issues with this, nobody else has any chance. And what happened to their card? You go find out. But if you've never used it, then that says something. If you live in the United States and you've never been asked to create it, that says something for the biggest exchange in the world. It's hard. Banks, first of all, the big banks not interested. Small banks are more interested to help you, but they're not committed to it. The moment you pose a problem, your relationship for being able to allow people to spend their crypto is gone. I assure you of that. That's why all of them have this issue. Every company that has it, every company that proclaims to help allow you to spend crypto simply will have the same issue. Matter of time. Some companies are better situated than others. Most companies that promote this are just nonsense, to be honest. But the crypto, for example, I mean, I have no affiliation and I'm not even really a customer, but I know Crypto.com's card works well. WireX is a good one. So some of them are doing it in limited capacities. And the limitations are not their fault. Not their fault. It's the fault of the institution. And I can't even say it's the fault of the institution. It's just the game theory that's set up. Okay, that's just me ranting about why I wasn't interested. I've definitely been pitched by companies, banks, financial institutions, consulting firms about, hey, why don't you make it so that global, everything. Liked all the pitches. Didn't like the setup process. Didn't like the amount of our not financial resources, because it's actually not that expensive. It's the amount of our focus and how much of our customers' focus would have to go into that just for it to be potentially taken out from under us. And there have been so many companies that just came out and that's all they said they did. Oh, we're this MLM company or we're this fintech company. Will you spend your crypto? And like, none of them, I mean, again, I'm being generalized, but they're not, it never became meaningful because it's not a big demand. As much as us in the crypto bubble, the crypto fanatics like me and you feel that it's the coolest thing in the world when you can change Bitcoin to dollars at a store and buy coffee, the person standing behind you doesn't give a shit. They just want to buy coffee. And that kind of sums it up, right? So I've neglected the idea. Now, let me give you some context as to why I'm making this video. Just like all rational thinkers, when you're faced with evidence that, or circumstances that present evidence that counter your presupposition, and you understand what my presupposition is right now, you have to reevaluate your circumstance. You have to reevaluate your thesis. So my thesis was that it's not worth it. Maybe in the future, when more banks are lenient, it'll be worth it to be able to have people to convert out of crypto into dollars, into something that they can spend with, what's virtual, digital, payment app, whatever. Then I met at the beginning of 2020, a gentleman who you guys will all be introduced to in an upcoming very big kind of release webinar. He was working, well, first giving context about who he is. His family owns a very important financial institution, a bank in Mexico. And he reached out to me actually because he wanted to white label and take the GX Nitrous technology platform that we had at the time, which was really kind of even primitive to today's standards, and wanted to integrate it with bringing out new cutting edge financial services for Latin America, because that's where they were, trying to increase market share, and they were already so powerful there. And so we formed a relationship where it was strictly us providing them software. And I was able to build a relationship. My team was able to build a relationship with their team. And we were really just amazed, like, these guys are really coming from the banking world in a part of the world that's not going to be serviced by even us, to be honest. Like Latin America is where we have our least amount of customers, and the big exchanges are not there. And they're really coming from the traditional, establishment, and they're taking it seriously, investing in technology, working with technology providers, not just us, other people, and building a great solution. I've just watched them over the span of 2020. It's been incredible. Okay, fast forward, and they've released a version of their platform, which is integration of ours, and that was incredible. And fast forward to this last summer, and me and him were really, deeply entrenched into that kind of the platform integration that they were doing. And he brought up the concept that they have unlocked the ability at their bank to be able to issue um, debit cards. I mean, sorry, debit cards that have Mastercard spending abilities. So it's like a debit Mastercard, like a debit Visa, debit Mastercard, and their bank has, have been doing very well issuing this to companies in their country, and like making it so that companies can pay, become like a spending account. I'm like, that's cool, man. Like, I honestly, to the credit, I didn't give it any mind because I was already fixated. I'm like, boss, it's not, I don't know what you're saying right now, but whatever it is, not going to end well, or it's just not going to end. It's going to end less productive than than we suspect. So, okay. And then what I did was, he kind of, to his credit, and this is really all of his credit, dragged me to look at it. And one of the things I found was, well, first I found an egg on my face, and eggs are not pleasant unless they go into your mouth. When they're sitting on your face, you don't like it. And the reason I say an egg on my face is because I was wrong. Their institution, their bank, actually does do this at scale with thousands and thousands of unbelievable amount of customers already, traditionally, just speaking traditionally, with pesos and dollars. And they have, and my kind of issue was that, boss, it's okay, it's great that you're doing this, and even if we came to the table and you came to the table and we allowed our users to do what you're thinking of doing, which is converting from Bitcoin into USD, and then allowing them to order one of your cards and then spend it and manage it in the global exchange, the KYC requirements, if you're doing just the KYC with us, and this was my relationship with all the US banks when I was trying to look into this, was that if you're going to do KYC with us, which would be KYB, the company, and you want us to jump through 19 hoops and get every approval, that's fine. I'm game to do that. Doesn't matter about the time or the money, because that's a finite investment. But I just couldn't have it so that my customers were subjugated to that same level of that same level of scrutiny, because then they're not going to do it, and this whole thing wasn't worth it. So, but what he brought to the table was a solution which I haven't seen on the market, and knock on wood, it is the only one like this on the market. He basically has created a virtualized environment for issuing cards with the bank. And the way that it's done is that there's this hybrid process where the platform, whatever platform integrates with it, is able to systematize the KYC at the point of registration, not at the point of card issuance, or registering for whatever the app is integrated in. And the card issuance can happen in 48 hours, anywhere in the world, right now only virtually, and you can use it anywhere MasterCard's used. All right, when I heard that, I said, okay, man, well, you sound like a magician, so let's see the tricks. And he showed it to me end to end. I was mesmerized. I told him, I was like, I don't think I've ever been impressed by like people. Like, usually, no, at this point, so many people say something and like it's impossible to deliver something of this magnitude, and they were able to. So at that point, my brain and my team couldn't stop, because we're like, all right, this, either we've stumbled upon, what is it, Excalibur, whatever the sword was, or something, where we just like came across this, we like, everybody's trying to yank out the sword with like all their might, and then we just figured out the mechanics of being able to do it, and we stumbled upon a great partner. So what we've done over the last several months is develop in secrecy, because literally people have been asking about the same thing. Even while I was working, I could say, no, we're not interested, we're never going to do it, it's not happening. So we worked on a platform that will automate this, and it's called spendcrypto.com. Let me repeat that domain so you remember. Spendcrypto.com. People walking, people talking to you, be like, yo, I need to spend my crypto. I'd be like, there's only one place to do that. Where else would you do it except spendcrypto.com? So we were able to come together and create this incredible technology. And I'm going to show it to you right now. So you can see my screen, and now you can see spendcrypto.com. Right now, it's just showing people what it is. That's the logo, meant to be super, super friendly for, just all different, like, just, millennials, families, just making the process of crypto simple. I mean, the pivotal points of spendcrypto.com is that we, using the GX money markets, help you earn crypto on a daily basis. Everybody that's listening to this should know that already. You are then able to convert it inside of any of your GX apps, and then you can spend it anywhere MasterCard's accepted. And of course, just like anything else that I do, I'm not going to reserve this just for me. And so spendcrypto.com is really a platform whereby any application, crypto company, exchange, agency, anybody can sign up as an application owner, just like we are, and get the same function so that they can issue cards for their customers to help them spend crypto. All the vaults, wallets, exchange, conversions, interest is already baked into this technology. And I'll show you what I mean by they can integrate it, because the first application that Spend Crypto is built into is none other than InstaCrypto. InstaCrypto is, in my opinion, which nobody should agree with this. That's absolutely ludicrous. It's beyond Mr. Bombastic. It's so absurd. I think InstaCrypto will be the single place whereby people will find their primary go-to crypto source. Big statement. If you've watched my explanation videos, you'll understand why I'm going to do far more technical kind of, step-by-step how to use it, because it's completely done and out. It is the monster that can help you. Any exchange can get customers. Any customer can find any platform and then have to not worry about anything. It's all managed. And the technology behind InstaCrypto is bananas. I'm not going to go into that right now. But it's all about getting crypto to people, getting fiat out, crypto in. And now you can also spend crypto on InstaCrypto. Let me show you how you can do it. I'm in for example, my iPhone, and I will open up InstaCrypto. Oh, sorry, I'll do it on my Android because I'm logged into a new account. So if I was a new user, and if you look in your phone right now, it'll be there. Click InstaCrypto, and if I click the menu, on the left-hand side, it's going to say feed. You already know about feed. Earn. You guys actually don't know that much about earn. Earn, I'll get into. Wallet, pretty self-explanatory. And look at that. Spend. When you click spend, and I'm already logged into my account. How lovely. Let me see if I'm logged in my iPhone as well, potentially. The reason is I wanted to be logged in with an account that doesn't have a card set up yet, because I've obviously from my email already set that up. Just logged out, log back in here with a different one. I think that's the credentials. If not, I'll just have to demo it from my account. Yeah, what's the credentials for this? And so, for example, here, I'm in I was a different InstaCrypto. There's a different login. And so once you have already set it up, like in my two accounts that I'm trying to log into, then you'll have a different interface. I'm trying to show it to you as if it's not, like all of you guys are not going to see that. You're going to see it when you first log in, like this user is right here. Thank you. So now I'm going to click spend, and I'm going to see this. Spend your crypto instantly. Powered by Spend Crypto. Earn it, convert it, spend it. You're going to hear that over and over again. Why? Because for almost a year and a half, I've been boiling my blood over the first two. How do you earn it and convert it? Earn it and convert it. Earn it and convert it. Spend it is actually what I think people are interested in, unfortunately. But we've not had that piece. I've not been interested in that piece. And now that piece is here, and it's not here like It's not here like we applied with a neutral institution that is just barely accepted us by the teeth of the application, and then like we're just using their pre-made application. I mean, oh, it's horrible. This is from the ground up developed as a platform for other institutions at the Spend Crypto level and built into InstaCrypto natively. And guess what? It'll be in all GX apps. It'll be in Broker app. It'll be in all the agencies. It'll be in every single app. And in the following video, I'm going to go over because it'll be much shorter and much more practical. It'll be creating your Spend Crypto first spending vault. You understand what a spending vault is? I will request a card. I'll have that card issued and I'll make a purchase. Thank you.